there's a lot of contention about who actually deserves to be on the Game Awards, just because nowadays a lot of people feel like the nominations are going to be based on strictly journalists, when the majority feel like the votes have to come from the gamers themselves, since technically they are the ones who played it to its fullest. And journalists often play games based on a certain time frame and then make their judgments based on a time frame. One of the biggest failures of journalism, an example, is Concord, where a lot of people didn't get review codes, and those that did gave it a good rating, only for the game to tank and be withdrawn and be flopped within 2 weeks of its release. Like that, you can't play the game anymore, and there's a point where GameStop can't receive any more Concord discs anymore because of the biggest outlash. So that was a really bad example. But for some reason, you say that Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is rated at 7, the same rating as Concord, but Veilguard has a rating of 9. However, a large majority of the community who are gamers say that there's a lot of things that Veilguard pushes, and the line, and on a scale, is going from here being very good. A lot of it's sliding more to the left. The more people feel like there are certain identity politics that are being spoken to you versus with you, and that kind of conversation is really tough for people to be submersed into the game. Like, why are you talking about gender, identity politics in a game that within its setting shouldn't have that discussion to begin with, because they have other things to discuss about. I can understand where there is a certain inequality between races, but gender is the least of it, though. So I don't know. I'm suspect about the Game Awards, and we will have to see what they say.
And a journey together to celebrate video games as the biggest, most powerful form of entertainment in the world. And on Thursday, December 12th, right here at Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, we will recognize the best and show you what's next.
December 12th. Okay.
Of the Game Awards. Hey,
Do I want to be present for December 12th? I don't know.
Global nomination announcement special. Today, it is my distinct honor to reveal this year's nominees, recognizing talented game developers from studios big and small around the world. And you can help select the winners by voting right now at thegameawards.com.
We're voting, and that's the problem. We're voting. That's the biggest problem. That we're voting. We're voting on the nominees from journalists, but it. I'll talk about the whole idea of whether a DLC or is considered reasonable, but we'll see.
Let's do it. Here are the nominees for the Game Awards 2024. For Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
Ongoing game is that another way of saying live service? Because let's see.
For Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are
Let's also put a list on my side as well. Let's make a list as well, because
Best Performance nominees are Brianna White for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
okay.
Hannah Tell for Life is Strange Double Exposure,
What is Hannah Tell?
for Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts
Okay.
Silent Hill 2, and Melina Jurgens Senua Saga Hellblade 2. For the Best
I don't actually know a couple of these because
nominees are
Brianna White as Aerith, okay,
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hannah Tell
and Hannah Tell, I'm thinking might be not Max. Is it Max? Chloe or Max? It might be Max from Double Exposure, but again, I haven't seen it yet.
Strange Double Exposure,
Umberly Gonzalez. I mean, she's in her own retrospect. She's considered pretty, but the game that she's in is not the best vehicle for her. She might have good acting chops, but there's a large party that says the game didn't do well.
Gonzalez for Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts Silent
Luke Roberts might have been James, or the protagonist, I think.
Hill 2, and Melina Jurgens Senua
Melina Jurgen. Again, that's the weirdest thing, because I haven't heard a lot of news of Setsuna Saga Hellblade, but I do know the game exists. That's the worst part about it.
For the best mobile game, the nominees are
Best mobile game.
AFK Journey, Balatro.
Balatro.
For the best mobile game, the nominees are AFK Journey, Balatro.
Maybe that will list later.
Trading card game.
Pokemon just, it's funny that that game just recently came out, and I see that maybe being like the easiest one to win. Wuthering Waves is on the zone. Hold on, I'm very happy because I played a little bit of this. I don't know about it. Yes, I know about it. What? I played it. I played it.
The nominees for best art direction are Astrobot,
Astrobot art direction. I guess yeah. Blacksmith Wukong, I feel is the definite contender. Like that should be number one.
Elden Ring,
Elden Ring's gonna be hard to compete because it has a Shadow of the Earth Tree had a fan base that they took from the original game, and it's gonna be hard to compete.
Shadow of the Earth Tree, Metaphor,
Refantasio.
and Neva.
Never heard of it.
Best score in music. This year's nominees are Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Yes.
Metaphor, Refantasio,
I love that one
Silent
more.
Hill 2, and Stellar Blade.
Okay.
In the category of
There should be like a list slide at some point.
Astrobot,
Okay.
Call of Duty,
Astrobot did a lot of these nominations, and Final Fantasy. Hell yeah.
Hellblade 2,
Again,
and Silent Hill 2.
Senua I don't know about much.
Recognizes excellence in authentically creating shows, movies, and other creative endeavors based on video games.
Okay.
Here are this year's nominees for best adaptation.
Last of Us? Arcane Studio.
Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza,
I have not seen that yet.
Tomb Raider,
No Last of Us? Was Last of Us last year? Or this year, but like no Last of Us?
of Lara Croft. For best narrative in a game, the TGA nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Refantasio, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
Again, like this entire year, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Senua. But for Senua to be here, I will have to find out myself.
Celebrates thought-provoking games with a profound pro-social meaning or message.
Pro-social meaning?
Nominees. Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is
Neva, again, I don't... What's Neva?
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzera, Zao. The nominees for best community support are Baldur's Gate 3,
Yes.
Final Fantasy 14,
Yes. Yes.
Helldivers 2,
Yes.
No Man's Sky,
Although Hellblade has an issue because of like the PlayStation thing.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2.
I can see that.
Game celebrates games with a high degree of risk tolerance, as they are produced outside of the traditional publisher system. The nominees are
Independent game.
Animal Well, Balatro,
I've heard about that.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and
I keep hearing about Neva, but like,
next is Best
where's...
Indie Game, which recognizes a development team that hasn't won a Game Award before. In fact, these teams published their first game in 2024. The nominees are Animal Well,
Animal Well. Okay, I've heard a lot about it.
Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire.
Plucky Squire is pretty good too.
Nominees are Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow,
That sounds
Metal
good.
Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. For content, part of the Game Awards is looking for...
Again, that's the weirdest thing, like...
Yes, we'll have lots of games to announce on December 12th. But what's the most anticipated upcoming game? Here are the nominees based on...
Monster Hunter!
Death Stranding 2,
Sure.
Beach, Ghost of Yotei,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto,
Monster Hunter?
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond,
Oh, okay.
Monster
Monster Hunter Wilds!
Action Adventure nominees are Astrobot, Prince of
Bex
Persia:
Action.
Lost Crown,
That's so sad. Only because, like, for it being nominated Lost Crown, it's a really good game. But it was released around other larger games. That's the issue. But, like, it's... I know that this is a good game because I played it. But also, the fact that this game was released around other games almost drowned the attention of this game.
Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws,
No.
The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
That's
Best
mid.
roleplay, the jury selected Dragon's Dogma 2.
The jury
Elden
selected.
Ring: Shadow of the Earth Tree.
Why?
Jury selected Dragon's Dogma 2.
Nah.
Elden Ring: Shadow of the Earth Tree. Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon.
Nah.
And Metaphor.
Yeah.
In the category of best best fighting.
Fighting game. Okay.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Fuck yeah.
Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising.
Pretty good.
Marvel versus Capcom.
Hell yeah.
Arcade Classics. Multiversus. And
Eh.
Tekken 8.
Yeah.
Nominees for best action are
I'm starting to agree with a lot of these.
Call of
Okay.
Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and
Stellar Blade.
Warhammer 40,000's
Brothers.
Space Marine 2. Innovation in accessibility celebrates games that are making our industry available and enjoyable to more people. Selected by a special committee of accessibility experts.
A
Nominees
committee.
for innovation in accessibility are Call of Duty Black Ops 6,
Eh.
Diablo 4, Dragon Age.
The only reason why
Accessibility are Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo
the only reason that why Diablo 6's accessibility is king is because the enemies level up with you. I don't think that's accessible. What it needs to be is similar to where it's similar to that of, I'd say, Hades is my recent example, because the one of the accessibilities that they provide you is God mode, to where the more you die, the mitigation increases, to where even though they hit you the same way, but it's more like the epitome of the accessibility is like the more you die, the bigger your bubble is to resist damage. So that's pretty good, I think.
Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Veilguard,
No.
Prince of Persia the Lost Crown,
I don't know.
Star Wars Outlaws.
No.
Next up, Best Family Game. The nominees are
Mario?
Astrobot,
Yes, that's true.
Princess Peach Showtime,
It's, yeah.
Super Mario Party,
Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom,
Yeah.
The Plucky Squire,
Again, Nintendo takes family home.
Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess,
That's interesting.
Bannerlords, and Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlords!
Titles are nominated for Best Sports Racing.
Dota!
It's time
Okay.
for our final two categories. For Best Game Direction, which recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, the nominees are Astrobot,
Astrobot is getting a lot of like nominations. Black Myth is real good too.
Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor.
Metaphor Rhythm Fatality.
And finally, our global TGA jury, of which I am not a member, has selected the following 6 games.
The fact that he had to say he was not a member of, because people are going to be clowning on him. That's the thing. People want to be mad at him for something, and him to say, hey, by the way, I'm not a part of it, but here it is.
As nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2024. The Game of the Year nominees are
Okay.
Astrobot,
Yeah.
Team Asobi, Balatro from Local Thumb,
I
Black Myth Wukong by Game
hell yeah.
Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree
Obvious.
from Software, Final Fantasy
Yes.
from Square Enix, and Metaphor
Yes.
Studio Zero.
All these games I approve. I don't.
Nominees for Game of the Year. And yes, that means you'll hear the Game Awards Orchestra, conducted by Lauren Bell, play their themes live on this very stage on December 12th. But before then, you should head to thegameawards.com to help select the winners by casting your ballot in all categories. Also, stay tuned for the announcement of our Player's Voice category, where fans 100% select the winner from 30 nominees. We'll announce those nominees on Monday, December 2nd. The winners in all categories will be revealed live during the Game Awards when it streams globally on Thursday, December 12th, starting with the opening act at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 12:30 GMT at thegameawards.com. Our team cannot wait to share our 10th anniversary show with you. I hope to see you then. And don't forget to cast your vote.
I don't know a lot of these, so sadly some of them will be dice rolled. But otherwise, I feel like I am going to be a very fair and very good judge when it comes to this. Because like I agree with like a lot of the nominees for the Game of the Year, just because I played a lot. I demoed a lot of them. I have not demoed Final Fantasy VII, but I'm very happy that the compounding of all of these like things. Here's the thing. Yep, I played Astrobot, very good. I don't know about Baltro, so I can't really vote on this. I have not played. Here's the thing. I think because of my own actual like involvement of certain games, I can only vote for this. However, I am feeling very good about these three because this is compounding based on the years of people playing Final Fantasy VII, and for them to get into here after remake, and 20 years, like from 2007 until now, that fandom is accumulating right here. That has a good spot. But also, FromSoft has been slowly curating their own type of games, and this is the pinnacle of their FromSoft experience. It's hard to say because this is their first game in a way since the end of like playing and making Nier games from Yoko Taro. However, it's I can see this game being very good and winning Game of the Year. I have to play. I had to pick Fantasia because of the four that I like, I've only ever actually touched Fantasia because of its accessibility in PlayStation 4 and in Steam. So that's my regret. Base game direction. Let's look at. Okay. I'm sorry to say, when it comes to best game direction, I can't vote on these, even though this is very good. I will say that I would give it a Final Fantasy VII because it's playing with the same Lego set that Final Fantasy VII had, and it is its own tangential timeline in a way, to where it is still very different from the source material. But Shadow of the Erd Tree is, I'm not choosing Shadow of the Erd Tree because it's simply DLC, and I'm not simply choosing Bathmouth Wukong because of a particular deal I have. I definitely feel when it comes to outstanding creative vision and innovation, like by all means, this topping the charts of Steam is definitely an achievement. But when it comes to years of curating, years of development, it's hard to argue between these two. So I think for this one it'll be my again. You know what? Because of me playing the game, I do have to do Rifantasio, but I do feel like it could be something else though. But again, I don't understand best narrative. I will say Final Fantasy VII because again of the curation. Sesson does Hellblade. I will have to listen to a story video onto this. I have to listen to the full story on this when I'm at work. This one maybe when I'm at work, but I do want to play that. I have access to this through Game Pass. I don't know how I feel about this because there is a lot of news and a lot of drama that I heard about this game that I can't remember right now. But I remember XQC tried to demo this game when he didn't even understand what type of game it was. So that's buggy. That's real faulty. But because I understand the storytelling and narrative of Final Fantasy VII, I have to click you. Best art direction. Again, they as much as I love that a few games that I don't know about have been nominated, in terms of art direction, I would have to say Black Myth Wukong for best art direction because of everything that it provides. Because again, I've seen the art pieces and it's very close to it is the closest to culture that this possible. For best score and music for outstanding music, you know what? I have not played Stellar Blade, but I can play it because of a friend of mine. I'm in a tough situation to where I could play this, and I can also play the other games. I don't know. But I do know the music's real good. But because I have to roll the dice for this because I'm familiar with Final Fantasy games. Square Enix always slaps. I played Fantasio. The battle music changes depending on whether or not you initiate the first strike or you get ambushed. And Stellar Blade is a trip. So and survey says okay, so because of my I don't know. Let's do it again because again, not many people are gonna like the way I make my decision. But this is what I have to do to be impartial because, again, I've not played through any of these games completely. I've only played the demo of Refantasio. I've only played remake of Final Fantasy, and I've only ever seen clips here and there of the Stellar Blade, and I know where I'm looking when I play this game, sadly enough. So, yeah, the jury's out. Refantasio. Again, I don't want to do that, but again, that's the best I can do. Again, this is a no-brainer for audio design. I haven't played Call of Duty since 2004, since 2011. I'm sorry. I will have to say Final Fantasy for best audio, only because of my familiarity of the previous title. That's the best I can do. For best voice performance, yeah, Brianna White. I don't remember hearing any of these guys. I feel like I know her from the first game. I know I listened to him during some like deep analysis of Silent Hill, but Brianna White, I can't really help. Okay, I've played a little. For best innovation accessibility, I will put my. This is the obvious answer for me for Diablo 4 because when I played it during the time that I have, the problem comes to where everything levels up when you do, so you miss out on the power fantasy that a lot of people enjoy having during MMOs. But I played Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia is a pretty banger game amongst everything else, so let's do Prince of Persia. Fuck yeah. For impact, oh my god, I don't know any of these games. Can I omit? Do I need to? I don't need to vote, do I? Well, I'm going to leave this to the dice roll because I don't know any of them. I'm sorry. But in order to get the votes through, yeah, looks like Close to the Distance gets my vote. I'm sorry. I wish I played the game. I wish I was a full-time streamer to play these games, but I'm sorry. Okay. So here's the problem. Best ongoing game. I've played Fortnite, have not played 14 yet. I could play the demo up to level 70. I could play Hell. I don't have Helldivers. So it's honestly a conversation between these four. I only played 2 hours of this, 3 hours of you, and Fortnite is easily accessible to a large majority of people, so you have to get the win, regretfully. Best community support. I will say recently, because they made a mistake and they were able to react on that backlash immediately. I have to say Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 had like the best community feedback because there was an issue regarding PlayStation you requiring a PlayStation 2 account. They heard the responses and then they removed it almost like in a couple of days. So yeah, good job responding. Best independent game. I believe my friend will like to know that their favorite game. I'll vote for Amawell, but getting lots of nominations for the Game Awards. Fire. I'm gonna vote that. I haven't played it, but I trust my friend, and if she enjoys it, that is the end of the conversation. Best debut indie game. Now, here's the issue, because I hear a lot of good things about Plucky. I've watched videos of Pacific Drive, and my friend really enjoys Animal Well. So, roll the dice, because there has to be a vote, and no voting means is still considered a vote, so I'd rather not, skip it. Okay, so looks like the winner is Pacific Drive. Sorry, Darbs. Wasn't in the dice. Oh my. Okay, so I played Zenless Zone. I played Wuthering Waves. Fuck yeah. I only played a little bit of AFK and nah. My friends enjoy play. Is it possible to play it on Steam? Unlikely. But I have to choose between Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone. And I will have to say, in terms of best mobile, it's hard to say because like these two have very unapologetic characters. Like that is the best thing about those two games. They do not confine within the means of censorship. They let them be sexy and powerful. Shoot, I have to roll a dice on this because I enjoy Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone is very fun too. Ah, fuck. I'm sorry, Wuthering Waves. Zenless Zone gets the victory. I'm sorry. But I do love you, Wuthering Waves. You're trying to mute me because I don't have your popular vote. They're trying to mute me live on recording. Now, see, this next part's going to be an issue because I've played none of these. However, in terms of best action game, a lot of people says this brings you back into the early 2010s where the points don't matter and a fun game. I've heard in like the do I have to do this? Okay. That's just the biggest problem for me because like I don't actually have any skin into any of these games. So regretfully, it's the wheel of chance. So first two or second two. And people are gonna yell at me, people are gonna argue with me. You know what? You're probably right. I should have more money to play these games. I should have more time to stream as many games as possible. And regretfully to you, it does matter because the dice have decided that Black Myth Wukong gets back action. And I can only get this because of... In addition, I forgot about this. My friends at work play Black Myth. They enjoy it. Also, I have access to Celebrate whenever I want to. Let's see. Best Action Adventure. For Best Action Adventure Game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I enjoy the flip on the script here. I don't know why you're here. This became very close to Resident Evil 2 Remake, regretfully. I say regretfully because Silent 2 is a very good game, and the way they portray the story, very good. But regretfully, I've only ever played Prince of Persia, so that's the reason why I'm picking this, because this is the only game that I demoed amongst everything here. That is mostly my fault. Best RPGs, including design with rich player character customization and progression, including massive multiplayer experience. Best RPG. It's hard to really say because I played a bit of Dragon Dogma. I don't feel like going back to it, mostly because I did it during a trial demo, but also because I just don't. It didn't make me feel like I wanted to come back. I want to come back here. I wish I had the chance to come back. I want to come back here. I haven't played Elden Ring, but I've played other FromSoft games, so I know that's good. So this is a dice roll again, and the comments will say that I should have had more money to play these games, make a decision, and I am making a decision. And the decision says Elden Ring gets the win. I am very sorry. I'm a fan of Refantasio. I'm a fan of Final Fantasy, but that's how it happens. This gets worse. Well, kind of. This does get worse for me because I enjoyed Tekken 8 when I did play it. Sparking Zero, I know it's good, and people were clowning on it because of their expectations. MVC Collections is a pull at my heart because I play MVC2, but there's also other games that are within it. I have, because of how massive the collection is, I can't vote for that because I only played one game out of the 6, 7, 8 games they provide. However, I played a little bit of Sparking and a little bit of Tekken, and because of the dice, they say I enjoy Tekken more. That's what they say. Okay, I'm sorry. If you want me to play these games properly, then just donate to the cause, and I will put my name into it. Best family game. Jamboree gets my vote mostly because they played it recently in the past couple of days because of my roommates. They picked that game. I enjoyed that game. That is it. Best simulation strategy game. I feel... See, that's unfair. This is the most recent game I've played, and I'm very happy. And what happens if I vote for this? That we'll get more games like Unicorn Overlord. Very good. Best sporting racing game. You know, I don't know. I can't. I have to roll dice in this because I can't really have an opinion on this. Yep. Sorry, dude. You're gonna get basketball. Good luck next year. This best multiplayer. Well, I will have to say, you get the most immediate reactions from multiplayer friends from this game. Super Mario Party Jamboree is a tale as old as time. However, when you play with friends physically, you get the most visceral, immediate reaction. I got a star. My friend hit me in the face with a pillow. That's how immediate it is. So that gets my vote. Best adaptation. Recognizing outstanding and creative works that faithfully and authentically adapt a video game to another entertainment media. And I gotta say, there is for some reason, the internet had a controversy for Tomb Raider because of things like her body to changing her sexual orientation, things like that. I say shut the fuck up, because if you watch the series as a whole and by itself, that makes a better decision. However, out of everything here, I watched Arcane instead. I've watched Arcane of all these things, and plus I feel like this does the best adaptation because all of this is just improv. Because when you look into League of Legends, all you get is a snippet of their background, but it forces the players, like Elden Ring, to piece the story together, and this is a good adaptation in my opinion. If you don't like it, tell me down below. Most anticipated game, Monster Hunter, no cap, no doubt. When 500,000 people on Steam alone jumped on this game, and they loved it. This is excluding numbers for the PlayStation Plus players. This game, very good. I will say the only downside is that if you're on PlayStation, you are required to have a PlayStation subscription. I hope that when this comes onto Xbox, I can get a day one Game Pass. But alas, I'll play either adaptation, either Steam or Game Pass. Monster Hunter is very in my heart. It's buried inside of me. You know, I don't know how I feel about any of these guys. Of all the content creators of this year, I don't know I don't know any of them. So we'll roll the dice and see what happens. You guys heard the dice, and it rolled, and Usada Picaro gets the lead. If you don't like that I'm rolling the dice, let me know down below. I don't watch any of them enough but I'm making a decision, and you can't fault me for making a decision. Well, I don't know what you are. Mobile Legends, Bang Bang. I don't know who you are, but I know everybody else. Best esports game. To be fair, I've only played Dota, League, and Valorant. So because of those three, I need to roll a dice because I've not played a sports game in a while. Oh no, Nani desu ka? I need to roll again. It's a split decision between two games. And yeah, no, Valorant gets the win. I am very sorry. Everybody heard me roll the dice twice. I am very sorry. Again, I can't tell you. I don't know any of you guys. I am very sorry. I am not in the field of esports. I'm sorry. So for today, alas, you get my votes because of the dice. Again, I don't follow esports, so they get a dice roll. I'm very sorry. Okay. These guys get my vote because of a dice roll. I am very sorry. I don't know them very much. Yep. So the nominations that I've downloaded my vote card. Sure. Let's see what my vote card is. Game of the year is Metaphor Refantagio. Best narrative is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best score is Refantagio. Best performance is Brianna White. Closer the Distance is my game of for Impact. Best community sports Helldivers. Pacific Drive is the best debut indie. VR is Batman Arkham Shadows. Best action adventure is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Best fighting game is Tekken 8. Best strategy is Unicorn Overlord. Best multiplayer, Super Mario Party Jamboree. Most anticipated is Monster Hunter Wilds. Best esports, Valorant. Best game direction, Metaphor Fantasio. Best art direction, Wtphu. Best audio design, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Innovation and accessibility, Prince of Persia. Best ongoing is Fortnite. Best independent is Animal Well. Best mobile game is Zenless. Best action is Black Myth. Best RPG is Shadow the Urge Tree. Best family is Super Mario Jamboree. Best sport game is NBA 2K25. Best adaptation is Arcane. Content creator is Usada Picaro. And yeah, that's it. That's really it. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yep, so here it is. If you want to judge me, here is my card. I can't tell you how much I don't care about somebody. I spilled my drink on my keyboard. I have other keyboards too, but goddamn. Well, looks like that's the end of today. I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.